Hey guys, Ryan Bailey for Charlotte FC. This is Between Two Pints. We have a very, very special guest joining us in the virtual pub today. A Premier League champion, no less. It's only Mr. Christian Fuchs. Christian, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. Sorry, I don't have a pint. I have some orange juice. I'm a professional athlete, even though my sound doesn't give it really away. Sorry for my sound already because 5-hour media marathon yesterday for all the Charlotte media, international media, about my move to Charlotte, being a part of this amazing team. And after all these interviews, my voice simply collapsed, and that's what you get. I give it my very best.
Well, you're sounding good to me, Christian, and I think we'll give you a pass on the beer, given you are going on the inaugural roster here. We've had plenty of questions submitted by our fans via social media. What do you say? Should we get to them?
Sure, I can't wait.
All right. Here we go. Victor Chavez asks you, Christian, what about Charlotte FC convinced you enough to want to come to a new franchise?
It didn't take a lot of convincing, to be honest. The person who's advising Charlotte on player recruitment is Steve Walsh. Steve Walsh was scouting me already for Leicester City, so I have a very good past with him. He scouted me. He signed me up to the club basically when we won the Premier League, and him reaching out to me, telling me there's something great happening there. That's all it took. And when I was then in Charlotte last weekend, just confirmed my decision. The people that are working for the club, the environment they want to create, and then last but not least, the stadium have all been great factors, and just a confirmation that this decision was the best I could take.
Well, we are delighted you made that decision, Christian. A question here from Chris Glass. This is a big one. Are you going to ask for the number 0 shirt?
I knew this was coming up. Eventually. I think it's a good play on my last name because I don't give a Fuchs, right? I'm the only professional athlete I think that can legally curse, but I'm also very serious about it, and I think that the play on my name, the play with the number is great, but because I'm very serious about my job, very serious about what I want to achieve with Charlotte, it just takes a little bit away from that. So I think I will end up with a regular number, whatever that will be. You can be surprised. But like I said, I don't give a Fuchs anymore.
Fair enough. All right. Caleb Adams asks you, in your opinion, what are your biggest strengths on the pitch that you're going to bring to Charlotte?
Well, I think having played in Germany and in England for a combined of 13 years provided me with a lot of experience on the highest level in Europe. So that's definitely something that I bring to the club that I want to pass on to the young players that will join us, as well as the leadership, having captained the Austrian national team at the Euros in 2016 and being a captain for 6-7 years. These are definitely things that will help the team grow. I want to help this club grow and thrive and become one of the best clubs, one of the dominant clubs in the league. And besides that, I was always known for my passing qualities, for my positioning, reading the game, but also kind of shooting techniques. There were some belters in my time in Leicester, and I think that could be a great asset for the team.
I want to see some belters at Bank of America Stadium very soon, Christian. That sounds good.
I want that too. I want to hear the whole crowd chanting Fuchs.
Me too. I like the sound of that. Joseph Boland asks you, who is the best player you've ever played with? That sounds like a tricky question.
It's not so tricky. Usually I get the question, who's the best player you ever played against? Which I've answered millions of times, as you can imagine. The best player I played with, Raul Gonzalez. Yes, it was at my time at Schalke. I mean, there were a lot of great players, but what sets him apart from all the others is, his vita, being back at that time, the record goal scorer in the Champions League at Real Madrid, legend at Real Madrid. But what sets him apart from everybody else that I played with was his professionalism. He came towards the end of his career, but he approached every training, every game with 100%, 120%. That was his standard, that was his norm. So his professionalism really affected my career personally. I was a young Fuchs back then. Young Fuchs. But at the same time, having achieved as much as he did, he was a top champion. And having had this experience really gave me a lot.
Great stuff, Christian. Thank you very much. Next question from Brandon Boyer. What team or player are you most excited to play against in MLS?
Well, I think there are a couple of great teams, as well as individual players, young players, upcoming talent that are trying to showcase themselves, right? But also players that have had already their time in Europe and have a lot of experience to the MLS and a lot of quality. I think LAFC is definitely a team that's very compelling, also being a fairly new franchise and being successful in the first season. For me as an Austrian, always Red Bull New York will be very compelling. In case somebody doesn't know, Red Bull is an Austrian drink with an Austrian owner, so that's always something that's very compelling to show them who's the better team, right? As a defender, you look forward to those battles with great attackers. Chicharito, Higuain is definitely going to be a challenge. But also, for example, Johnny Russell at Sporting Kansas, who's making a name for himself and is an exciting right winger. All these battles will be very exciting and very much looking forward to.
We're very much looking forward to them too. Thank you very much, Christian. Next question here from FC Panther Canes. What is your favourite game time memory?
Is he a Panther fan or is he a Charlotte FC fan?
I think he's a Charlotte FC fan, a Panther fan, and a Canes fan. He's got all the Carolina teams going there, Christian.
Besides lifting the Premier League and FA Cup trophy, during a game, it was when in the 2015-16 season with Leicester City, when Jamie Vardy scored his 11th consecutive goal in 11 consecutive games.
Yeah.
I kind of missed it because I looked away when I gave him the assist, the pass. But it was not necessarily that moment. It was the moment right after when I've never heard a louder stadium. I've never seen a whole team coming together, huddling up, being so happy for one person. That moment was very special. I always, every time I've been asked about that, I always refer to this moment, even if it's probably not as big as lifting the trophy or becoming Premier League champion. But for me, this moment just showed the character of the team, which is, for me, so important for a team to be successful.
Definitely so. That was so exciting to watch that season unfold, and that moment when he did that streak of goals in those consecutive games was brilliant. I can only imagine what it was like to be a part of it, Christian. One final question for you from Maggie Dan 1. Do you still want to be a kicker in the NFL one day? This is something you've kind of hinted at in the past, Christian.
Sure. That's how I approach kind of everything. That's how I approach my life. I want to give it a good go. I want to try it out. If I don't try, I will not succeed, and I probably will tell myself in a couple of years' time, what if you have done it? What if you have tried it? So if I have a yes or no at the end when I tried, then at least I know, okay, I gave it a go, and I want to try it. I really want to go for it. I think I'm in a great city right now. There might be an opportunity. I'm going for it, and if I'm in Charlotte now, if it just extends my time to be in Charlotte, then I'm definitely going for it.
Wonderful stuff, Christian. That's superb. I can't thank you enough for your time joining me in the virtual pub today. Thank you to everybody who submitted questions for Christian. One thing left to do. Cheers.
Oh, cheers.